To order. First item up on our agenda is to approve our agenda as presented. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, we have recognition of North Clinton Elementary School.
So we have David Coffey with us today. So David, I'm going to invite you to come up to the podium right there, and he has an award to present.
Actually, I've been getting an education today. Quite an education from these teachers.
So we've had the opportunity to, North Clinton staff has had about 30, 45 minutes with Mr. Coffey to kind of tell him about the work that's going on at North Clinton Elementary.
Which is phenomenal. I've watched your schools for years, and you've changed. You've improved. You've done some wonderful stuff. When I was in the legislature many, many years ago, the early education seemed to me to be the biggest failing we had, that we missed so much opportunity there at the early stage. And once I got out of the legislature, I didn't lose that interest. My wife had been a teacher over in Knoxville before she started having babies, and that did that. Anyway, we have decided to try to encourage the very thing that you've come through with here in North Clinton Elementary, and that is excellence in the K-3 literacy. I know education is a huge thing. When you go through all the sides and everything, the arts, the math, everything, there's so many sides to it, but it all starts at that K-3 literacy, and so that's what we've focused on. And besides, that's where the state gives you an actual number that says you've done it or you haven't. And I know it doesn't just happen in third grade, it happens all the way through, but that's the number that's turned out. Well, that number is the one that I've charted up here and want to show for a picture, because North Clinton Elementary stands out way above everybody else. Done an amazing job, and much of that has happened in the past year. When I've been watching it year by year, you've always had to. It's a tough situation, a tough demographic, but you've done well with it. So anyway, what I have, and as I say, I've been getting an education myself today. I had thought that the current principal was the principal last year. No, that principal changed. So I've had to do a quick change here, as you saw me sitting here. But what we have is an award, a cash award to Monica Rail. For her leadership. We recognize it's the whole team, and the whole team really gets the honor, but when you get down to it, somebody has led them. I think of it as a Pat Summitt award. You know, if Pat Summitt's not there, the team's not quite the same. It does take a real team leader, and Monica is that team leader. So I've had to do a quick change here on the cash award, and she'll take care of the money from there. Every leader does. They know how to do it. She may go on vacation, but I bet not. I'm guessing she's going to take care of the school and everything.
Monica, come on up!
And let me get them to get a picture. Oh, I'll get him to send me a picture, a copy of the picture.
Yes.
Jamie, come on up and get a picture from the front, if you don't care.
Let me let you hold that before I walk off with it.
That is not even.
Now with our eyes open, right? Thank you.
Mr. Coffey,
And
if
for
you don't,
everybody, if you see the state averages, that line down the middle, for all the schools, look where North Clinton Elementary is. It is amazing. Thank you very much.
Mr. Coffey, before you leave, can you share with the North Clinton staff the monetary award that Monica has received?
The award is $10,000 cash. sort of like being principal. Now you're principal, uh-oh.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You'll take care of it.
So we would like, if you're willing to let North Clinton, I would like for all of you to come up, and we might have to get some up on the stage and some down, but with a picture with Mr. Coffey of all of this, because this was definitely a collective effort from everyone. So if all of North Clinton can come up, and we're just all going to stand together. And yes, Alicia, you are part of North Clinton. Everybody comes.
Could you read
I can read your face.
Thanks.
I got these little round ones. I've had them all. So I've had them all week. I like them. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
I used to have one since I was
One more minute while Miss Abby introduces new staff and we'll
You're so good.
Amazing. That is amazing. We should brand that and hang it in North Clinton. Oh, no, that's the one, yeah. But they're different families. We're Oak Ridgers.
Yes, they are.
We should brand that.
Oh, we will. We're going to. Absolutely.
Oh, we will. Are we?
We're ready.
We're ready? Okay.
And-
So, it's a lot of excitement to come off of. It's a good place to be, for sure. But I did want to introduce some of our folks that are new to North Clinton this year. I'm going to start with, oh, look, all y'all are on the front row. I'm going to start right here, and you guys can stand up, and then you can give your speech in a minute. But this is Macy Deal. Macy Deal is our new speech and language pathologist. We acquired her because she is really good friends with our Bailey Reagan, and we've learned that we get our best folks from word of mouth through us. And she went to grad school at Georgia State and served a year down there, and then came back and has been a beautiful fit to us and to our kids. So we're excited to welcome Macy with us to North Clinton. Yes. And then standing with her. Well, yeah, is that weird? Okay, I'm sorry. This is Emma Ford. Emma Ford, we swiped from Knox County. She served in Knox County for 3 years before coming to us at Inskip. Correct? Yes. And she has joined the 3rd grade team along with Megan Flora and has brought her knowledge of inner city poverty to work with our kids that are in rural poverty. And it's just, without batting an eye, taken off and taken the coaching and the support and jumped right in us with our culture at North Clinton. So this is Emma Ford. Yes. And then, I'm going to introduce you in isolation, but I just want to introduce you as a team. This is Alicia Braden, and Alicia Braden is a Clinton City graduate, we're going to call it, all the way through. And she is one of our lucky recruits that we got from Anderson County right before school started back in August.
3 days?
3 days before
3 days.
we came back on contract in August, and she is on, this is year 13, yes, 12, something. 12. Most of those in kindergarten. So she is coming to us with just that rare gift of knowledge that kindergarten is. And she has brought with her that, along with her fabulous teaching partner who taught with her as well at Fairview Elementary. This is Jessica Carringer, who has been teaching kindergarten for this is what, year 20? So just one of the rare finds of somebody who is in her niche, and she's a gift to us. But Jessica and Alicia came together as a team and have, in our conversation earlier with Mr. Coffey, just spoke to the fact that they fit right in with how we do business at North Clinton, and they realized the reputation of Clinton City preceded us, and they were drawn to that, and so we were able to borrow them indefinitely from where we got them. So, and then I'll point over here, Hannah. Mrs. Hannah Smitty. Hannah Smitty is an instructional assistant with us this year. She is also a Clinton City, North Clinton grad. Mom served with us too, and I knowingly have had her married family at South Clinton, so we've been all connected in that sense. But she came to us at the start. Well, she had a baby, and she joined us in September and has just meshed in with working in RTI and sharing a room with Jennifer Costanzo and just learning all the things and jumping right in. And then where's Lauren Bentley? There she is. And this is Lauren Bentley, who is another amazing hire for our instructional assistant position. And Lauren is a Clinton City parent. Her children go to Clinton Elementary School, and her investment and she has seen firsthand that we carry out what we say we do at Clinton City, with not only academics, with how we love kids and how we love families. And she has the same mindset and is joined right in. And learned a ton. And also, when she came, she was new, and then Hannah came, and Lauren was able to just train her. And it has just been the biggest, I wanted to brag on the fact that what thought we couldn't do, I'm like, you're teaching somebody to do beautifully. So it has been great. And I don't think I'm missing anybody else. I wanted to make sure. I know we have another instructional assistant with CDC, Miss Kayla White, who is due to have a baby by this time tomorrow. So she is waiting that arrival right now, and we're excited. But she came to us from Anderson County as well with a wealth of CDC experience and knowledge, and has brought that to our school. But I didn't want to introduce her. But these are our new folks. These are our folks, and these are our folks that are new to us. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, we just want to welcome you to North Clinton, and so I want you to meet the school board and the people who work behind the scenes to support us. And if you've come from Georgia or Knox County or, some other larger district, I think you will find very quickly that there's something very special about the Clinton City School Board. They come to the table representing all kids in Clinton, not a specific region or geographic area. Their soul, they don't get paid a penny to do this. And so they come to the table with just a deep passion for children. They make decisions on the best interest of children and teachers. They really, really protect the politics of what happened and just allow you to do your job. And so they are committed to kind of squashing the noise that can distract the good work, and they help us do that and are extremely supportive. And so I want you to meet them. This is Debbie Heaton on the end, and so Debbie Heaton joined our school board in January and is a strong advocate for children and has some experience in Head Start, so she understands poverty, understands early childhood education very well. Then we have Joey Smith. Joey Smith has kids, I guess one kid now, which is so sad because your children are growing up. But he has a child at Clinton Elementary School. He's also a local realtor. He's also the Clinton historian. Anything that you want to know about Clinton, all the way back to 1895, he will be able to answer that question for you.
And beyond.
And beyond, and beyond. And then you've met Merle Price, who was part of us, but Merle did her career in Clinton City Schools and was actually principal at North Clinton. And so you learned about her in the circle, but she's been on the school board for several years and just does a great job of bringing an administrative and teacher perspective to the table. And then we have Dr. Tim Bible, who is our board chair. And if you are wondering, he is, his wife is the better half of the two who teaches Vicky Bible at Clinton Elementary School. But he has been our board chair for many years and just does a great job, has a great understanding of public education and the work that you do, because he hears about it every single night at the dinner table. And so he's very, very supportive of the role of teachers and the impact that they have on children. And then we have Lori Wilson, who is a parent of Clinton City Schools. For those of you who have been with us for a while and you know Jack the Hammer, who was on our inaugural Blaze basketball team. She is the infamous mother of Jack.
And bowling and swimming and
But she is a lender in town, lender, yes, I'm going to get it right this time. But she, if you ever follow, and if you don't follow, you need to follow Clinton Strong on Facebook. But her and Joey have set up that just to put out the good things that happen not only in Clinton City Schools, but at Clinton Middle and Clinton High School as well, and how our public education is truly serving the needs of our community kids. And so she is the brainchild behind that, and you will not find a stronger supporter of Clinton and kids in the community. And then we have Curtis Isbell, and Curtis Isbell, his kids went through Clinton City Schools, and he's a local lawyer in town, so if you need a will or anything done, he would be glad to take care of you. But he also is a very big, strong supporter of Clinton City Schools, and we'll leave it at that. We're not going to talk about the fact that he might be a Maverick fan. But anyway, these are the 6 people who represent you all behind the scenes. They are responsible for all of the policies and procedures that are approved. And once again, just a lovely, we are very, very blessed. And if you've been a part and seen other school boards, you will see just how unique and special our school board is. So at this time, I would like, if you are new, they would like a chance just to shake your hand and to welcome you to Clinton City Schools. And then we are going to let all of North Clinton, as fun as school board meetings are, we are going to let you go and enjoy your evening and get to meet the Blaze. So if our new employees would come up and let us welcome you, and then North Clinton can be dismissed.
you taking a group picture?
Oh, yes, if you all will stay for one quick group picture.
Joey, glad you're here. Welcome, glad you're here. Hello.
Hello, darling. Another one of my pals.
Not really that old.
Nice to meet you. Oh, thank you.
Hear about that too. Tell us your favorite.
I feel like I know you. I'm so happy that you're here.
Everybody has to.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Real quick.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lori. Very nice to meet you.
All right.
Hi,
She's the mean one out of the two of us.
It's
I
nice
like
to meet you.
Edith, but
Welcome.
she's the mean one.
And I'm Lori. It's nice to meet you.
Jamie, will you take a quick picture of them? If you all will just kind of stay right there at the front, and let's get a new, and then we'll. Thank you, North Clinton Elementary, and go Blaze.
Yes.
You are welcome to stay, but you're also welcome to leave. Scott, they're not staying for your financial report.
Girl, you read my mind. It's a mutiny.
Big bust.
That's the whole staff.
I was gonna say, that is
That's the whole
a
staff.
huge, no, well, even the new ones, isn't it?
Surprised. She was surprised.
All right. Moving on, we'll move on to our agenda input. Kelly, do we have anybody for an input for our agenda tonight?
We do not.
All right, moving on, we'll move on to our consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve our consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the greatly anticipated financial report by Mr. Ray.
Really appreciate everybody sticking around. So everybody in their board packet should have the financial report, and then I walked around and handed you a hard copy of just the general purpose school fund financial report. And the reason that is there's no difference between the digital version that you have and the paper version, other than the budget in this column. The digital version has the first read of the budget, and I just noticed it, but this version has the second read, which is the final budget. The expenditures, no changes. So I just wanted you to have a complete picture there. And Kim is going to upload the new and latest version online, so if you need to access it later, you can. That being said, the general purpose school fund, there's really nothing exciting to report. We have 1 month of July is the first month of the new year. However, the recurring expenditures, which is 85% people, really start in August. But page 2, you'll see our educational capital projects. We're way over budget, and that is simply due to the auditorium bleachers, the seating, and I have a budget amendment to fix that. So, any questions about the general purpose school fund? So digitally, you have a copy of the federal projects. The cap for cash flow, what we received in July and August represented receivable at 6/30, so it wasn't current revenue. But we spent $44,000 from July and August, which is really mostly August. The federal projects funds are mostly payroll, and most of that is teachers and TAs. So August, and we should get that cash flow wise in September. I think everybody got a little memo update about the closing of the government and how that would affect funding. Not a concern for us. And then the school nutrition program, cafeteria fund, bottom line is for really 1 month of operation, the month of August, we have a surplus of $12,000 for the month. So that is the meals that were served in August and the cost to produce those meals from the food service management company net out to a surplus in our favor, $12,000. Any questions on that?
Okay. Any further questions for Mr. Ray? All right, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve our August financial report as presented.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, Kim, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Curtis Isabel,
Yes.
Lori Wilson,
Yes.
Tim Boble,
Yes.
Merle Price. Joey Smith,
Yes.
Debbie Heaton.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to our budget amendment number 1 for the year.
Budget amendment number 1, everybody in the paper, this is not online. It will be uploaded tomorrow, but it's hot off the presses. Your summary page looks like this. So there's no federal budget amendment proposed or cafeteria fund budget amendment. But budget amendment number 1 only affects the general purpose school fund. The net effect of the increases and decreases to our expenditures is $132,500. And the next page gives the detail that supports that number. Should look like this little spreadsheet. Increases and decreases in appropriations. they're very small amounts until you get to the education capital projects, the building construction. That's where I've added money to cover the expense for the auditorium seating. And the reason that happened is we didn't really know in in May and June, what year this project would finish. Well, it finished this year. We'd actually budgeted for it last year, but budgets don't carry forward. Unspent funds in a budget don't carry forward to the next. You just start fresh at the beginning of the year. So I just said, well, we'll go ahead and budget that. Remember, we did our budget for the new year in April and May, so I couldn't really tell where it was going to fall. And that's why there's some reductions out of maintenance of plant, and some contracted services, architectural services. Those relate to what we anticipate with our ADA compliance over the next 5 years. Again, I don't know exactly where that's going to fall. Is it going to be mostly this year or the following year? So I'm kind of at the point now when we actually engage and have a really good idea of where these expenditures are going to fall. I'll probably go ahead and budget them at that point in time for some of these projects. Increase in revenues, just truing up where I think property tax and sales tax will fall. A little bit of an increase. So, so we're taking basically $83,000 out of fund balance to cover the net increase in appropriations. And remember, we had a $1.3 or $4 million carry forward last year, so if you kind of combine the 2 years, we're not spending down our fund balance. Any questions on the budget amendment?
Any further questions for Mr. Ray regarding budget amendment number 1? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve budget amendment number 1 as presented.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, Kim, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Curtis Isbell.
Yes.
Lori Wilson.
Yes.
Tim Bople.
Yes.
Merle Price. Joey Smith.
Yes.
Debbie Heaton.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to new business, we've got the TISA accountability report.
So you have attached the TISA accountability report, and this is a requirement. This is I believe, the 3rd year that we have done this report. But basically, the State Department is requiring us to show estimates of how we're using our state funds to meet school goals. And so this addresses 3 goals. It addresses our 3rd grade proficiency percentage, and then it also addresses 3 through 6 ELA, which is our English language arts, and then our 3 through 6 math. And so then we take those into strategies and how we're using the TISA funds to help pay for those strategies to increase student achievement. So part of this expectation is that it receives school board approval and that we have that uploaded, and school board has approved this report by November 1st of each year. There's no surprises in here. This is the exact work that we are doing anyway that you are hearing with NIET and our professional learning communities and our continuous improvement, our iReady, our universal screeners. And so all of the work that we have put into our strategic plan is addressed in this TISA accountability report, but happy to answer any questions.
Any questions at all for Kelly regarding the TISA accountability report? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the TISA accountability report as presented.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on into reports and information, we do have the Nashville School Board Convention that is coming up here in November. Hopefully, Kim, have you heard from everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody is accounted for as far as who's going. And with that, that is all the new information we have. We'll move on into the director's report.
Okay, and so before I give my report, I'm going to call Ms. Kidwell back up to the podium for her just to give a brief snapshot of the wonderful data that Mr. Coffey was talking about at North Clinton, but give her a chance just to kind of explain some highlights.
Thank you very much.
It's fun to celebrate after being a part of the last hour and a half, or just the last 10, 12 weeks. It's been the start of my life at North Clinton, and it's been fantastic. So I'm bringing to you the data that we are growing from this year, which is fantastic. So if you'll look, the top left-hand box is our ELA proficiency on TCAP in 2025. With our overall proficiency in English language arts being at 62.5%, which is incredible on a lot of levels, but again, with a lot of what comes with the lives of those friends that are taking this test, that is huge. I want to highlight, you got third grade at 60%, fourth grade at 68% proficiency, and fifth grade with nearly 59%. And third grade is such a pivotal year with English language arts with the third grade retention law. We are putting a lot of energy into that for a lot of good reasons. We know we need children that can read, but reality of it is we are taxed, we are strapped with a law that we have a lot of opinions about. But math proficiency, moving on to TCAP and math, our overall proficiency was at 50%, which is fantastic. Third and fourth grade were both well above that 50% mark with their math proficiency. And math is one of those, with reading, it is exposure, and it is what we call spiraling, where you're doing a lot of the same standard work over and over again with different passages. With math, we know it builds. It builds on what they had in kindergarten. And if you've been transient, if you've had an attendance issue, math is a challenge. That is usually where we fill a big gap because they've missed. And if you get to fifth grade and you have missed a lot, by goodness gracious, fifth grade math is hard. And they are trying, and Miss Moore is working so hard with our coaches just to continue to improve her practice and learn to fill those skill gaps with kiddos that are coming to her. Science proficiency was 50, overall proficiency was at 46.4%. Third grade at 35, fourth grade at 63%, and fifth grade at 41%. Again, just to highlight that with third grade especially, the pivotal year with ELA is there. So again, we are serving the standards to the best of our ability, but we are also really, really pushing and striving for kids to have that proficiency in ELA. They need it, to say the least. But our overall proficiency, which is something huge to celebrate, I may jump down just a bit to, if you'll jump down also with that school-wide success rate, which is, you're combining literacy and math proficiency for that. It's at 55%, which is incredible considering that the state set our goal, our annual measurable objective, our goal at 44%, which meant that the year before we were 42, 43% proficient. We not only surpassed that 44 goal, but we surpassed it quite significantly. And that is something huge to celebrate. That sets our goal higher for this year, but if you were in here and heard any of the conversation from these ladies and gentlemen that I work with, they say, bring it on. Let's do it. We can do it again and again, and that is the attitude they take in every single day. That's the work we do in PLCs that's going to make that happen. Our chronic absentee percentage is at 24.2%, with our goal this year in our school improvement plan to keep decreasing that by 2% at least, but we work hard. Those personal relationships and having a secretary that's willing to make a bunch of personal phone calls when kids don't show up, we're hoping to start knocking that down because we know kids can't learn if they're not at school, and we're going to get them there. Jumping over into the TVOS category, which talks about our growth and moving kids a year. They spend a year with us. We want to grow them a year. That's our goal. So when I see that level 3, we celebrate that is our school made it. We made a year's growth. Our teachers grew those babies a year. Literacy was a 3. Numeracy was a 4. Literacy and numeracy together was a 4, and science was a 3. And I think to grow a year and also have a high proficiency rate that North Clinton had is impressive, because anytime you've spent in a classroom, you'll talk to a teacher, and growing high kids is hard. When you have a high proficiency rate and trying to continue to grow is hard, because the window gets smaller. And we want that, but it is a challenge. So we're super excited. We've grown a year, and we also have a high proficiency rate. So I'm super proud of the work they put in last year, and just eager to grow on that this year as well. Moving down into the next category, that is our iReady growth and achievement. So our iReady diagnostic test is what we use. It's a benchmark assessment we take 3 times a year to measure students' growth. And the program that they work on is designed and tailored to them. We say we want 1 lap around the track. We want a year's growth. And the median percentage towards that typical growth at North Clinton was 187%, which means we not only grew a year, but we grew then significant some, which is fantastic. And with 58% of our kids based on iReady on or above grade level, which looks very similar to our TCAP proficiency, which is fantastic. I wanted to highlight that 64% of the students made their stretch growth. And stretch growth is, we want a year around the track. It gives them a target. They need to grow this to make it a year. Stretch growth is the higher level. It takes it up a little bit, because what the goal is to start filling in the gaps that are missing. So the more a kid hits their stretch growth, the more they are narrowing the gap that is between them, the skill deficits that are there. And the more we narrow in that gap, the closer that may be in the next year or the year after that, they may be on target. So we really love to see that stretch growth. And I think the district's goal is that 70% of our kids in the district meet their stretch growth this year. So I think that is very doable if we were at 64% last year. And then with math, moving on down, we had 51% on or above grade level, with 141% growth, which means, again, a year and then some. 100% is a year's growth. We made almost a year and a half growth at North Clinton that year. And then 51% of our kids met their stretch growth in math, which, with math, knowing that it scaffolds the way that it does and it builds, to fill in those gaps with their time on iReady helps to where getting on grade level is that much more achievable for them. So I'm excited to see that to continue to grow. Does anybody have any questions? I flew through that.
Just, I want to draw and help you all remember that the top part is dealing with 3 through 6. The bottom part, iReady, is K through 6. So when you're looking at the growth and the percentage on grade level, that's including your K through 2 as well. Just if you're wondering why those numbers look a little bit different.
Bizarre.
That's
Yes,
what, no.
that's a good clarification, that the top is the TCAP world, I like to say. So, but yeah, we have a lot to be proud of, and it gives us goals and targets to hit and work towards as we keep trucking our way through this year, to keep moving kids forward with these high proficiency rates.
Thank you, Abby. Any
You're welcome.
questions for? She has been a welcomed addition to North Clinton Elementary. She has hit the ground running and is just, it's been a very seamless transition. And so we're very thankful that you're taking the lead at North Clinton.
Yes.
And then I
Thank
will
you, Abby.
finish up with a couple of Clinton City general updates. First, our first set of report cards is going home tomorrow. It's going to be accompanied by a parent letter. 2 changes in our report card that we are making this year, and again, this is in a letter to parents to let them know. In the past, special area teachers, your gym, art, music, library have given an ESN grade. We started some conversations back in the spring with our special area teachers, and when you look at the standards, the state standards that they have to teach in elementary school, the purpose of these special areas is really to develop a well-rounded student who is exposed to a wide variety of different things, that develops a foundational knowledge of that specialty area and also develops an interest for that area. It is really, really difficult in art. The last thing that the art teacher wants to do is to put an S or an N on a report card and let a child think that they are not artistic or that is not their area of strength, especially when you only see that kid once a week. And so we held some deep conversations. If the letter grades are not really communicating anything to parents of value, or if they're not enhancing their special area program, do we need to relook at what we're doing? And so after several meetings, we decided that we were going to eliminate them giving actual grades in that area, but we still wanted a platform to where they could communicate to parents areas of excellence if their kid was, if a child was exceeding in a certain area, or if there was information that they needed the parent to know, like remember to wear your tennis shoes, or your library books are overdue, or your child is an excellent reader and is checking out quality books, whatever. And so we set that up, so while they will no longer be giving ES and N grades, there will be a platform if they need to communicate something to parents. They have the opportunity to put comments in that section. And then as per state law, this went into effect on July 1st. We are required to put the universal reading screener score on the report card. So iReady is our benchmark. Ames Web is our universal screener, and that is it screens everybody in ELA and math, and that is the data that we use to determine who needs to go into response to intervention, who needs additional support, and in what they need support in. And so we have worked with our vendor Aspen to restructure that report card to where we can import that reading score. So what that will give parents is it will give them the reading composite, and I'm looking at Jamie as I say this to make sure that I'm saying it right, but it will be the overall reading composite percentile score will be what on the report card, correct? And then we take, with the reading screener, based on that data, some students actually qualify for what is called an ILPD, which is an individual learning plan for characteristics of dyslexia. It's not saying that the child has dyslexia. It is saying that they are exhibiting some characteristics that are in line with dyslexia, and this is part of the state law. And so based on that universal screener, if the child qualifies for that individual learning plan for characteristics of dyslexia, it is going to indicate that on the report card. That will not come as any surprise to any parent because those ILPDs were made at the beginning of the year and parents have seen them and signed off on them. So that really should just be repeated information, but the legislature wanted to make sure that we were just over communicating to parents the concern there. So that will be 2 minor changes that you see on the report cards that go home tomorrow. We're hopefully going to be laying the floor on our playground at Clinton Elementary next week. One set of jacks did not come in, and what's it called? The tunnel funnel something. It's a basketball game that they can play. One of those we ordered 2, and one of them did not come in. So we're having to wait for those to come in before they could lay the padding and the flooring. The jacks has come in and they put that in yesterday, and then Tammy from Miracle said they will be here next week to lay the floor. So hopefully we are getting close. Then I want to report some good news. As Scott talked about the fund balance in the cafeteria, Jessica, our cafeteria manager, has reported that we have seen an increase. So from September 2024 was when SFE first started with us to September of 25, they have seen a 29% increase in breakfast and a 26% increase in lunch. So I think that is phenomenal that our kids are trusting that this is quality food. They're making it interesting. I know Jessica this week, the principals can attest, did like food around the world, and students were given a passport, and every day that they got to eat, they got recognition for being able to visit that country and eat that food from that country. So Jessica is really committed to making the experience fun in there. And then we're also bringing staff lunches. And so we got some feedback that, when you're a teacher, lunch is the last thing that you think of until it's time to eat lunch, and then you realize you haven't brought anything for lunch. And so she has started a special staff menu. And so, for instance, every Friday will be personal pan pizza day, which is going to be my favorite. And so teachers can place that order in the morning, and they can get a special staff lunch. That's going to start on Monday. So we hope that is an additional helpful support for our staff members. And then, as I informed you earlier, Centegix, our crisis alert badge system, is upgrading their system, and they have moved to a new pricing structure to where it is an annual fee, which is a little, it's priced a little bit differently. It ends up coming out every 5 years, approximately the same as our first 5 years that we paid for, but you're paying some every single year. Scott and I worked intensely with them to help them understand the difference between a small school system and a large school system. With these vendors, when they just do a building fee, it really hurts Clinton City Schools, because there are some schools in Knox County that the whole entire county is as big, one school is as big as our system. So they're paying that one fee when we pay it 3 times. And we really advocated hard, and Centegix listened and has worked with us, and they actually created, as part of their business structure, a special small school scale that was based off of us. And so they're going to be installing that. There won't be any difference really on the user end. It's still going to be, it'll be an updated badge, but the badge will still work the same way. It will be larger domes. There's going to be some background infrastructure things that are different, but they'll be installing that in the next week or two. And then this Saturday will be our Education Foundation Clinton 5K 1 Mile Fun Walk. It's going to begin at 9 o'clock under the Green Bridge. All proceeds are going to go to health and wellness grants for Clinton City and Anderson County Schools. Right now, we are neck and neck with SL with our Clinton City Schools group. Last I checked, I think SL is still a few ahead, so if there's anybody out there that wants to register and sign up for Clinton City Schools, not that we're competitive, but we have won the largest group award for the last several years, and we would like to win that again. But that's always a fun time, and the Clinton City kids and Anderson County kids can run for free. And so it's just a great way to get kids out and good family fun. I wanted to congratulate, so far this year with education grants, Amy Tomlinson, who's a librarian at Clinton Elementary School, Tracy Burton, who teaches technology at Clinton Elementary, Allison Swanner, who teaches art, and Alex Billings, who's one of our teaching assistants. All 4 have won Education Foundation grants so far this year. So the Education Foundation certainly does a wonderful job of supporting us. Next week, the Education Foundation will be holding their annual basketball tournament, which will include all of the Anderson County teams, but they have invited the Blaze to participate this year. So next Thursday, the Blaze will be doing an intramural game as part of that tournament, and then all proceeds there will go towards instructional grants. And then I wanted to thank the Clinton Fire Department for making our hamburgers and our hot dogs at all 3 of our schools. I don't have the exact numbers, but hundreds. We served hundreds of community and family members that came out, and it's always nice when the weather cooperates, and by golly, at all 3 schools, we had a beautiful day, and so that was a fun time. And then I just can't say enough. I wish Monica was still here. I'm glad we were able to surprise her with her gift, but cannot say enough about North Clinton and then winning the Tapella Literacy Award. Great things are happening at all 3 of our schools, but if you remember when we started this work back with our Vision 2020, our goal was to reduce variability among the 3 schools, and this award right here is proof that we're achieving that goal, that no matter what Clinton City's building they walk in, they're going to get a quality education, so it's a good place to be. Any questions for me?
No? All right. Great things continue to happen at Clinton City Schools, and with that...
Before you adjourn,
Yes.
Chairman,
Yes.
want to make sure everyone knows and can come and witness Kelly Johnson be inducted into the Clinton High School Wall of Fame next Friday night at about 6:20, I think.
At the beginning of the end.
Can you send us a formal something in a text or something?
I will send everyone a text.
And likewise, Joey Smith will be inducted into the Clinton High School Wall of Fame as well.
Well, I just wanted to make sure everybody...
We're in
came
a
to see you.
competition to see. I do have a bright orange dragon suit that I'm going to wear, which I thought that might take the cake, but Joey has gotten an orange plaid 3-piece suit to wear, so I do believe he will get the best dressed.
And-
Curtis, we expect you to be there cheering on the Dragons.
And,
in South Dakota.
and hopefully there'll be added security for you two while we're there. All right. All right.
Congratulations, Kelly.
You too.
Anything else? All right, hearing none, I'll declare this meeting adjourned.